Hey, Coop here. Welcome to 90-second recap, where I share a quick sports history lesson based on today's cap. It's March 24th, and I'm wearing a New Era 5950 entitled Retro 7th Inning Seagulls with a No Fry is Safe side patch, designed by Clinker Nathan Larson, purchased from the Clink Room. The Swallows of San Juan Capistrano are famous for their annual 6,000-mile migration from Argentina, arriving in Orange County right around St. Joseph's Day, March 19th, and departing to head back south right around St. Juan Day, October 23rd. Well before the cactus and grapefruit leagues were established, these swallows were the original snowbirds. And while you can reasonably set your calendar by the swallow's arrival and departure, there is a different group of winged beasts 400 miles north that you can pretty much set your watch by. On February 3rd, we talked about Pac Bell Park, or whatever it's called now, which opened in April of 2000 and immediately attracted a late inning Avian cleanup crew. If you've been to a game at 24 Willie Mays Plaza, it's highly likely that late in that ball game you've experienced the park being invaded by seagulls, eager to chow down on any and all leftovers they can find. This isn't the flock of seagulls led by Mike Scorer, but the one more akin to the murder of crows which stalked Tippy Hedren in Bodega Bay, just 60 miles or so from Pac Bell. As the crow flies. These seagulls are insane, making outfielders fear for their safety as if they were actually in a Hitchcock movie. And they're smart, returning each night to their chicks with the fruits or fries of their labor. Gotta get them going early on that Gilroy garlic. While seagulls stalk ball players and crows ambush actresses, there's always a 1 in a trillion shot that the tables could be turned. And who better to turn those tables than a guy with an explosive fastball? On this date in 2001, future Hall of Famer Randy Johnson delivered the first pitch of an at-bat to the Giants' Calvin Murray. And poof. Obviously, Johnson had introduced a gag baseball, similar to those exploding golf balls you might give one of your buddies. Except it wasn't. A mourning dove had unfortunately found itself in the path of the pitch, and poof. The first YouTube vid wouldn't be uploaded until more than 4 years later, but this was a situation tailor-made for video, or it didn't happen. Thankfully, Jim Currigan, the D-backs video coordinator, was shooting from center field that day, which is how we know that it happened. But the big unit didn't much care that he'd vaporized a bird, he just wanted another ball so he could get back to work. Randy wouldn't really embrace the lighter side of the situation until more than a decade later, when he rolled out the logo for his photography business. We don't often think about what kind of hobbies ball players have, unless you played rotisserie baseball in the early 90s when it seemed like every ball player's hobby was hunting and fishing. But Johnson studied photography at USC, so it makes perfect sense that he'd get back behind the lens once he hung up his spikes. And as important as video was to validate this story, these 3 photos are an indelible part of the narrative. The groundskeeper picking up feathers, the big unit waiting on a new baseball, and Jeff Kent seemingly asking if you want fries with that.